Hi, everyone, and welcome to Fearless Female Entrepreneurs, where you'll receive expert advice and inspiration from 18 fierce feminine leaders and entrepreneurial experts who want to help you supercharge your power as a feminine thought leader and initiate your own powerful rising. And today I am very excited to be speaking with Jamie Broderick. Welcome, Jamie.
Hey, how are you?
Thank you so much for being a part of Fearless Female Entrepreneurs. So Jamie Broderick is a business building mentor and success coach who has been a catalyst for the start and growth of over 1,000 small businesses. Jamie is the leader of the Success Connection, a virtual membership network for women entrepreneurs, which she founded 11 years ago. She helps her members and clients to build business relationships, become distinguished as credible experts, and turn their idea or dream into a reality with her Get It Done approach. The 4-step signature system she created builds market leadership by focusing on confidence, credibility, connections, and visibility. Jamie has been recognized in Inc. for her work as the co-producer of TEDx Lincoln Square, which was held in New York City in 2017 and 2018, featured in Breaking Through, a film documentary about her commitment to help women become more confident in business, and has been interviewed on popular podcasts and regional TV and radio. So, Jamie, your topic for today is dream, take risks, and create something extraordinary. And I can't wait to dive into this topic with you. So could you tell us a little bit about your journey to entrepreneurship as we get started here?
Sure. I guess actually my career started in corporate, but whether I'm working in corporate or now in the entrepreneurial space, what I'm all about is letting people realize their full potential. So I help them to see it, then I help them to believe it, and then I help them to achieve it. So back when I was running departments in corporate, it was about helping women who had been in the same job for dozens of years, literally dozens of years, doing the same entry-level job, showing them they could do so much more, teaching them new things, which they initially resisted because who wants change, right? I'm all about it. I'm like, you can do so much more. So by the time I left, everybody had just risen to the occasion and were so proud of themselves. And now I do the same thing for women entrepreneurs. I help them see what is possible for them. That spot is just waiting for them. They just have to make a decision and step into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fantastic. So could you share with us, what do you recommend for how to move from dreaming to doing?
Okay. Really, when you're going from dreaming to doing, it's really about just making the decision to do it. Once you've made the decision, you go all in and choose your goals, make a commitment, and work towards them. But that decision piece, that's what holds people back. They talk about it, they have an idea, but once you make a decision and are super committed, that's the pivot point. That's when you're all in, 2 feet in, no toe dippers, cannonball only.
Yeah, that's where the fearless part comes in.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
Yeah. Yes. And so if someone is, considering making a leap, right? Considering making this change and wanting to really take action to create their business, create a community, whatever it is that they're called to, what do you recommend for them as far as how to gain confidence and how to get clarity on how to move forward?
Okay. Well, I think the first thing is to really be aware of what you're good at. Sometimes it's right in front of you and you don't realize it because you're so close to it, or it comes super easy to you. So that's usually that's your superpower, what comes easy to you. But think about what people that you've helped have said to you over and over again. So for instance, one of my clients is a pediatrician who helps moms feel more calm and confident in their parenting.
Mm.
She doesn't even realize she was doing this because she was just being herself and providing all this great advice and easy steps, but in a way that made them feel calm and confident. That's her superpower. She didn't even realize it until you step back and see the impact that you've made. So think about your strengths through the eyes of the people that you've already impacted, even if it's not for business yet. So that's the first step. Once you have clarity on what strengths you have and what results you can provide, then it's about creating a plan to provide. So how are you going to deliver those results to your clients?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's so important, the part about recognizing your superpower and that you're probably doing it already and don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And I think I always call that our zone of genius, the thing that you just do naturally and it just works. It just happens for you
Yeah.
naturally.
Yeah. I'm naturally a connector. I'm also pretty intuitive. When my clients call me with their business challenges, just being able to give them that clarity on next steps, it comes really easily to me. I can see very clearly what they should work on next or who they should reach out to next. But in their own little space, they can get super frozen and overwhelmed and foggy.
Definitely. Yeah. So you mentioned creating a plan. So how do we know what action steps and in what order to put in that plan?
We always start with the end goal and then work our way backwards. So if you have a year goal, then you can break it down into 3, 4, or 5 smaller goals that will help you achieve that big goal for the year. And then you break that down into milestones and then break the milestones down into tasks, which are super tiny little steps forward that work down that road, clear focus towards that goal. So for instance, if my goal for the year was to create a strong online platform, then one of my smaller goals, my quarterly goals, would be perhaps to launch a new website. So one of the milestones for that would be photography, copywriting, programming, branding. And under each of those milestones, you'd have lots of tasks. So under photography, it could be research photographers, book a photographer, find locations, figure out what I'm wearing, shop for the clothes, book a hair appointment, find out how much time the programmer needs to get those photos onto the website. So every little tiny thing. But once it's sectioned off like that, your brain is happier than this massive goal of launch website, or even that bigger one of create online presence. Like that could be overwhelming and then nothing happens. But when you break it into tiny little things and do a little bit every day, you're all of a sudden you're at your goal and you're like, damn, I'm here, I did it. So it's good.
Yeah. Yeah, because everything that we create is composed of little tiny, tiny, tiny steps.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yes, every day, just something to move you forward.
mhm.
And staying focused is important because a lot of people, that shiny object squirrel thing,
Yeah.
they'll see, oh, look at this course on funnels. I'm like, well, is that going to help you achieve your goal? No. So then perhaps we look at the funnel class another time, not right now. So everything is a no if it doesn't align with your main goal.
Yeah, right. And that is just so helpful in decision making as we go along,
Mhm.
right? To get us that clarity. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. What do you think are the biggest things, or maybe the biggest one thing that hold people back from success?
Lack of confidence is one of them.
Yeah.
Which is why in my 4-step program, the first step is confidence. So confidence meaning mindset. So it could be confidence over pricing themselves. It could be on putting themselves out there. It could be confidence in their own value. That whole mindset piece plays into everyone's business, no matter what level you're at, no matter how much success you've had. Because once you have enough confidence to actually make the decision and move forward, and then you go through the rest of my steps, which are credibility, connections, visibility, then you're at a whole nother level, because now you have a network and you've gotten results for clients and you're starting getting attention from media. But now you're at a whole nother level and confidence needs to kick in again because you're playing a higher game.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think at the beginning, it's so important to be kind and compassionate to ourselves around that confidence thing, and to know that it is going to come, but it's going to come gradually. It's going to build. And it's going to build as we take those action steps.
Exactly. So a lot of times people wait to become confident or wait to be motivated, but it's actually taking steps forward and having small wins is what can build your confidence.
Yeah, Absolutely. I could not agree more. Yeah. Well, so in your work,
Mhm.
how do you help people become leaders? They may begin as, just starting out, right? And how do you help them to become leaders in their market?
Gentle pushes forward without them even realizing it. So if somebody, I see them as a potential inspiring speaker, I'll encourage them perhaps to do their first Facebook Live, and then to do weekly Facebook Lives, and then to start speaking at events as a workshop presenter, and then maybe a larger event as a breakout speaker, and then perhaps a keynote. So it's like these little steps forward. It's also making sure they claim their space online. So claim, I am a speaker. I am an inspirational speaker. I'm an author. Like, claim it. If you won one award, you're award winning. You have one client out of the country, you're an international business owner. It's like, own what you've done and build from there.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, the visibility, I know you speak about visibility a lot, right? I think the visibility is so important as a piece of that, like allowing ourselves to take that step into visibility, even if it's scary.
Mm-hmm.
Because that brings tremendous confidence as well as getting us noticed.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like when they start getting some haters, but that means that you are attracting the lovers too.
Yeah.
You don't want to be vanilla. People want to work with you, the real you, all your quirks, your personality. Um, don't try to be like everyone else, and don't try to make everybody happy. Go help your specific audience.
Right. Yeah, and take a stand, right? Take a stand
Mhm.
for what you believe in, even if it is a little bit polarizing, even if some people might not agree. It actually is going to make you stronger as a leader.
Right. Yeah. On every call, every month in my Success Connection, we have a Zoom call with a VIP guest. And every meeting I start with I believe that if you hang out with people who are playing a higher game, you can't help but play a higher game yourself. So
Mhm.
that's one of my mantras.
Yeah.
Another one would be that everyone has the potential for greatness. Just, what is your messaging? What are your values? And you need to share those so that you attract the right people that want to work with you.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, so what do you suggest, that people do to really reach their goals as they're moving into confidence, as they're taking action steps? How can we really carry out all of this and reach our larger goals?
Well, I have a new program actually called Success Circles, which is a virtual accountability group. So at the beginning of every single week, they have to set an intention for the week. So you know how you have the word of the year? You
Yeah.
set, like, simplicity is my word. So don't overthink this and don't overthink that and don't make things too complicated. Well, I have a word of the week. So we have these printed planner pages that everyone in the group gets. They create their word of the week, meaning what is the energy you want around the entire week. So this week for me is powerful because I've had interviews, I've had discussions with executives, I've had sponsor calls. I'm running my mastermind tomorrow. So powerful is my word of the week. In another week, it could be care or calm. What is that energy? And then each day you choose a focus for the day, so that you don't wake up on Monday and say, what am I working on? So it could be that main focus. It's like, if you only could get one focus done, focus, theme, project, what would it be? And then what are the first two tasks that would get you closer to achieving that focus? So it just setting your intention and really being purposeful every day helps. And then also the other piece of the success circles is the accountability. So making sure everyone in the group makes sure everyone else is achieving and taking action on their tasks and moving forward. So that helps people, even when somebody's not asking, knowing that people are watching. You said you were going to do this. Did you do this? It really helps. So
Yeah.
accountability and intention and focus.
Okay. Very good. Yeah, and I think that community aspect is so important too, because we can start to feel really isolated, right? As entrepreneurs, we're doing our thing, and it's like, where are the other people like me who get it, who
Right.
understand what I'm trying to
I,
do? So,
I
yeah,
think it impacts everything. I'm all about forward momentum, but you can't have that without the confidence. So when you have a support group that's cheering you on and believing in you, it just helps you move forward faster.
yeah, yes, could not agree more. Yeah. Well, I would love to hear a little bit more about your own journey. And so, could you share with us maybe some of the risks that you've taken along the way, to find success?
Okay, sure. Well, I guess one of the things I did was invest in a bigger program. So the first time I invested in B School with Marie Forleo, that was a jump for me at the time. It was a million years ago. But
Yeah.
making that first big investment, I know what that feels like. It's like a pit in your stomach feels like. But then you're at that level and you're like, oh, no big deal. This is just normal now, right? So, but that first, every time you make a jump, it's a little scary, but then you're comfortable there. Same thing with pricing, right? So once you raise your prices, it's scary, but then that's your new normal. So as far as my journey and my jumps, I'm one of those people who create something from an idea, makes it successful, and then wants to make something even better. So for instance, one of the things I did the last 2 years, as you mentioned in the intro, was produce TEDx Lincoln Square in New York City for 2 years. And Trisha Brook is the executive producer. I'm her co-producer. And after 2 years, we were ready to do year 3. And we just started getting a little antsy creatively. And we decided to pivot and walk away from TED and create our own platform called Speakers Who Dare from scratch. So we have a website, we have a song, we have a film, we've recruited 20 speakers, we're gonna have 4 Broadway performers, we have a show in March in the city. And we're talking about licensing the brand, we're talking about taking the tour national. We've collaborated with Sway Media, we've collaborated with Binge Networks TV. It's like, it's so exciting. Just to,
That sounds really
I could have been comfortable and done the same thing again, but it doesn't push me and to learn new things and expand and see what I can do. If you don't push yourself, you don't know what's possible for yourself, right? And before I did TEDx, I had never done a TEDx before. What the heck did I know about this? But I'm like, sure, I'll produce TEDx. Figure it out. You can learn. You just have to believe that you can learn something new. So when I first started my network, it was a local networking group called Network Now. I did that for 9 years. And I shut that down and transferred everyone into a virtual group and expanded it so that we have access to people all over the world. So it's called the Success Connection now. So you get access to VIPs, you get access to other members who are not living right in the same local area. So it's about that playing a higher game and being expanding what's possible for you. So I like to create, but then make things better and come up with something new.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. I love that. And I feel like the fearless, I named this event Fearless Female Entrepreneurs because I feel like the fearless aspect is so important. Like we have to, you know, wisely, but also creatively take risks,
Right.
and find that courage to do something that's really different than what we've done
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, it's a matter of investing your time, money, resources in things that are really going to give you a seat at the table faster.
Mhm.
So do some research about what's going to really shift things for you and then invest in that. Don't just throw your money around, but then don't also not invest. I hear so many women entrepreneurs say, well, they're not entrepreneurs yet, actually. They want to have a business, but they say, well, when I make some money, I'll invest in XYZ. But that XYZ could be the thing that's the catalyst to make you successful, to make you more money. So it's kind of reverse thinking, but there's a fear there, right? So that's one of the things that holds people back, I think.
Yeah. What do you think we can do to overcome that kind of fear? How can we move through that if we're feeling really, really stuck at that place of, I don't want to spend the money, or I don't want to, or I don't know what's the next step to take, or I'm afraid to take that step.
I guess it's getting clear on where you want to go and then talking to other people who are on that journey.
Mhm.
How are they getting results? What's working for them? So don't let wonderful marketing copy persuade you. Talk to real people and say, this is what I'm trying to achieve. I have real clear vision of what I want. Who can help me get there? And then talk to their past clients.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for what you have shared here. It's very inspiring. It's very practical, you know, real steps that we can take and real ways that we can engage with what we know we want to create. And I know you're offering a wonderful free gift for our audience. So would you like to say a few words about that?
Yes, I have a 3-day mini course. It's a business building mini course to help you get clear on where you want to go and then how to move forward. So it helps you identify what you're good at and then what road you want to head down. So you're pointed in the right direction. And if you answer the questions and email me back, I'll respond to you personally.
Okay, wonderful. Very generous. Thank you so much for offering this. And thank you for being a part of Fearless Female Entrepreneurs. It's been fantastic talking with you today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you.